Hey guys, Jurgen aka Fat Boy from Zergrino Sports here, and I have a bit of an unfortunate update in this video. If you can hear a background noise, my computer's pretty loud right now, don't know why. It usually is kind of loud, that's just how it was made. It's a good computer, but it's just loud, I guess. But anyways, into the update. This update is solely regarding the SmackDown vs. Raw playthrough or series that I'm doing. As you all know who have watched the series, I really like the game, my favorite wrestling game, and where we left off, I was qualifying for the Rumble. I won a triple threat, and then I got the 30th spot in the Rumble. So what happened was I recorded a session 5 days ago, I'd say, not last week, 5 days ago. And it was weird. There was a lot of BS in that session, but basically what had happened was, for some reason, it didn't record, even though my Elgato was showing that it was recording. So I don't know what happened. It hasn't happened since. I've recorded a few things since, and it hasn't happened since. But I don't know what happened. I looked everywhere for it, like on my computer. I looked everywhere for the session. None to be found. With the Elgato, you can record manually, but when you open it, it automatically records it. There was no backup that was automatically recorded on its own. There was no manually recorded file, and I really don't know what happened to it. But basically, I don't have that session. And luckily, I found this out right after the session was done. I went to see... Because when I record, the Elgato automatically names every capture to migrate game, migrate capture, a lot of that stuff. So I always go in and rename it so I know it's what. And it wasn't there. So basically what I did was I typed everything out that happened so that way I could fill you guys in, because it would be awful to just say, sorry, I lost the last session, this and this happened, where I don't really elaborate on what happened. So... yeah, I'm really sorry that the session got lost or messed up or whatever the hell happened to it. I really don't know what happened to it. It was kind of a funny session because I was getting screwed over a lot, which I'll explain later. But yeah, I typed everything out here, about 500 words, so a little bit happened. And I'll basically read through my stuff and I'll read it to you, really. So, once again, sorry that the session was lost or whatever the hell happened to it. It didn't record, got corrupt. I don't know. I don't know what happened. It just seemed to not have recorded. But anyways, I'll go into what happened in that session. Alright, so... first, it was at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. So I went into the Royal Rumble at number 30, and I tried being dirty like I did in the Battle Royal at Survivor Series, but it didn't work out too well, because by the time I got in, the people remaining were Chris Jericho, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H. And they were all pretty fresh. So, and then I got eliminated by Shawn. I think it was Shawn. It might have been Triple H. Shawn Michaels, of course. After the match, I got a cutscene where it was Kurt Angle and Vince McMahon in an office, and they offered me to go after the U.S. title because after not winning the Rumble, they thought that I wasn't WWE title material. Even though my superstar points was still really high. It wasn't 100 anymore. It was 99, I believe, but that was way more than needed. And I said no. And then they offered me again. They said, oh, Vince McMahon, you don't say no to him. And I said, look, I'm not going for that title, okay? I'm only going for the WWE title, pretty much. And then Vince got mad, and then on the next episode of SmackDown, Vince announced that he suspended Kurt Angle indefinitely, and he took over SmackDown. And then I came out and we had a discussion, and he said, you shouldn't have said no to me, you shouldn't have crossed the boss. And I said, I didn't cross the boss, I just didn't take the US title shot. And then me, myself, not the character, I said, like, I'm not, like, I deserve the WWE title, I'm good enough for the title. And then, so I was put in a tag match as a result of this with Big Show against RVD and John Cena, because apparently RVD was heel, even though he wasn't back then, but in the story I guess he is. So I went to the ring, Big Show didn't show, so it was a handicap match, and I beat them down, but then I lost somehow. And then after the match, I confronted Big Show about it, and he told me that somebody locked him into a room and didn't let him out until the match was over. And then he left, and then the Undertaker showed up, and he told me not that he's been on Vince's bad. Sorry, I can't read my writing for some reason. I can't read my typing. It's weird. Then the Undertaker told me that he's been on Vince's bad side before, and said it's not good, it's not a good thing, and that everybody has their price when it comes to helping Vince McMahon against people who quote unquote crossed him. And then he told me to watch out for Big Show. And then the next week, I confronted Big Show and asked him if Vince, got to him and paid him to, screw me over. And, let's see. And I just need to find my place again. And then he was offended by what I say, but didn't say no. He said, I can't believe you think I would do that. Like, stuff like that, like, what kind of person do you think? And then Undertaker comes out of nowhere, and he's just like, yo, I didn't hear a no in that, he didn't say no. And then Undertaker called him out about it, and he was like, he was a smartass. He was like, yo, I've heard about people getting locked out of rooms, but getting locked in a room, are you serious? And then Big Show explained, after Big Show explained the room thing again, and then the Big Show said, if you have a problem with me, we can settle in the ring. And then Taker said, I want him as ref, referring to me. Then we got to the ring, I was the ref, and then I beat Big Show's ass the whole time, because I don't like him in real life. I don't like him as a performer, I don't like his mic skills, I don't like anything about him in real life. And then, and every time I went to count the pin, he would count out at once, so I knew there was going to be, like, some weird finish. But then eventually when I was walking to grab him, he somehow accidentally hit me and it caused a DQ. And so that's how the match ended. And then after the match, the Undertaker attacked me while I was in the ring, and then Big Show came and tried to save me, but he attacked Big Show as well. And I predicted that earlier. I said, Undertaker's gonna turn on me. He's dirty. He's gonna turn on me. So I was right. That's just how the WWE is, though. A lot of stuff is predictable. What happened next? Here, let me look here. And then the next week, Vince was like, he cut a promo, and then Taker came out and cut a promo about having an ego and all that good stuff, and saying how nobody in the back will ever be bigger than him. And then Taz was annoying that segment. He was so annoying, that promo. And then later in the show, I guess, it was me and Big Show versus Undertaker and RVD with Vince in their corner. And I beat their asses for a good 5 to 10 minutes. I literally whooped on them. But somehow, some way, they got me to, like, yellowish orange health, if you think in newer WWE terms, I guess. Actually, no, they got me to, like, orangey yellow all around in, like, 3 or 4 moves. And then Taker pinned me off of, like, a clothesline or, like, a body slam or some, like, he pinned me off of a weak ass move, Undertaker. And Big Show was on the apron, and I said, okay, I was mashing, and I called Big Show in to break it up. Big Show gets in, and he just fucking stood there and looked at me while I was being pinned. I was so pissed off at that point. I called him in. He gets in. He runs towards me and Undertaker. He's literally like 2 centimeters away, backs up and watches me get pinned. So we lost the match. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, I was yelling at Big Show. It was aggravating. But then after the match, when we were walking away after our defeat, Vince McMahon announced that at No Way Out, it would be me and Big Show versus Undertaker, RVD, and Vince McMahon himself in a 3v2 handicap match. And then, because of all the BS that happened in that session, like getting... Oh, by the way, my Rumble elimination that I mentioned before, it was a load of BS. Like, I don't understand. Like, it was a load of crap. And then the loss against John and RVD was a load of crap. The loss against RVD and Taker was the biggest load of crap. So basically, I ended it early. It was only like 50 minutes, the session, but I ended it early because of all the bullshit that happened in the session, and because I was really pissed off. And then, like I said earlier, I went and checked the gameplay. Wasn't there. The audio was fine. My audio recorded fine. It was good. It was there, but the gameplay didn't record, even though it was showing me in the preview screen that it was recording. At one point, it got frozen, the image, but like that, it still said it was recording. So, and then it got unfrozen after a little bit, but so I really don't know what happened. My sincere apologies once again. I really do apologize. I really like this series, and I know a lot of you do like it as well. And sadly, a month, quote unquote, a month, I guess, ish, of the series is missing. But hopefully, this long ass update video that's going on 12.5 minutes long was an in-depth explanation. Hopefully, that was enough. Once again, I do apologize, and it sucks because I was looking forward to editing it and you guys seeing how pissed off I was getting. But yeah, it sucks. Hopefully it won't happen again. I don't think it will. Like I said earlier, I've recorded some stuff and it's still working well, so hopefully it won't happen again. And yeah, sorry for watching. I don't know if this is going to be uploaded as an update or part of the series, because you really need to know this stuff. So I'll decide that later, but yeah, sorry once again, guys. I really do apologize, but hopefully it won't happen again. My name is Jurgen, aka Fat Boy. You guys have been awesome, and I'll see you guys in the next video.